Next protocol you have under one-way authentication, that is challenge response protocol. So we consider here two parties, A and B. So let us see how the authentication happens in the first diagram. So A sends an identity to B. Okay, in response B sends back a number R. R is called the random number, or we call it as nouns. Okay, R is being sent from B to A, and A now computes the function of password and the R, and this function is being sent to the party B. So knowing f of password comma R and R, it should be infeasible to compute password, and if knows R, infeasible to compute f of password comma R. So this is one way of authentication. Next, if you consider the next figure, you can see that party A communicates with party B using her identity, that is represented by A, and in back party B communicates with A with the challenge that is represented with R. And next and third step, you can see that it is going to compute some hash value. Okay, so what hash value it is going to compute is hash of the password and the random number that is being sent from B. So A is going to compute hash of the password comma R. So that hash value is being sent from party A to B. So next figure, you can see that party A communicates with B using her identity. In response, party B sends back the random number R, and but the way of sending back that R is completely different from the previous figure. That is, here it is R is being encrypted using the password. Password is chosen by A itself. So using the password, okay, R is being encrypted, and that encrypted value is being sent from party A to B. Next, fourth figure, if you are seeing, A communicates with B using her identity, and B in response sends back the R value. Means R is being already chosen by B itself, but B is not going to send it directly, that R value. It's going to encrypt the particular R value using the password, okay, that is contained in the server side, okay, using this password, and it is going to send it. Now party A has to decrypt that particular R value using that same password, because password is the only thing that is being shared between party A and B. So that's why A also now knows the same password, B also knows the same password. So he even can decrypt that R value using the same password, and after decryption he will get back the original message, that is R, that is party A will be getting the R value. Now R is being sent from A to B. So this is what the challenge response protocol is. Another way of one-way authentication, that is certification based one-way authentication. So here a client need not share the secret with the server, okay. So here we are going to use a certificate for actually communication from party A to B. So we use generally what we send in certificate is the public key information, okay. So here let us see the particular way of communication. Party A is going to send her certificate in message 1, okay. B performs certain checks such as validity period and name of the principal, also verifies the signature on this of the CA on the certificate. CA is nothing but the certifying authority, so that certifying authority has to sign on the digital certificate, so that then only that certificate will be valid. The validity period should be also be present in that certificate, okay, and who has sent that particular certificate, that information also should be there in the digital certificate. So now A is going to send the digital certificate to B. B now verifies it. Okay, and again B chooses a particular value, that is random value R, or we call it as nouns, and sends back to A. And now A responds by encrypting the challenge with her private key. So A is using A's private key, A is going to encrypt the R value, okay, and that R value, encrypted R value, is being sent to party B. Now B again verifies it, because he has sent certain R value to A, okay. Now B has to have the public key of A to decrypt the R value. So that public key is already sent through certificate, is it? So if at last when the party B decrypts the R value and he gets certain value, think that, okay, party B. So if they match, if the sent value at the second step, you can see that R value is being sent, that R value and the whatever the R value that is being received from party A, if they match, then he concludes that party B concludes that A has used the private key corresponding to the public key in her certificate. So assuming that A's private key is safely protected. So here we have to assume that A's private key is safely protected. So this is another way of one-way authentication, is using certificate. Next slide is certification based one-way authentication. So here there is a difference between the previous slide and this slide, this current slide. So in the previous slide we have seen that party A is going to send a certificate to B, but in the second step B is going to send an R value or a random number from party B to A. So what difference here is, what's the difference here is, party B is going to send a R value in encrypted format. Okay, only that difference you have in the previous slide and this slide. Okay, so encrypted R value is being sent from party B to A. Okay, so let us see how this happens. So party A is going to send a digital certificate to party B. In the digital certificate, as you know, in the digital certificate there will be public key information of party A. Okay, so that is being sent to party B. Now party B is going to choose a random value, and chosen random value is being encrypted using A's public key. So how A's public key is being received, that is received from party A through the digital certificate to party B. So use the party B is going to use that public key and he is going to encrypt the R value, and encrypted R value is being sent from party B to A. Now party A also is going to decrypt that particular R value. Decrypting in the sense you are going to receive the original message now. Okay, so what is the original message? Original message is R itself. So now party A is going to decrypt the R value, and that R value is being sent from party A to B. So now party B is knowing both the R value, whatever he has sent to party A, is it? So if that matches with the received R value, then the authentication is succeeded. Then party B concludes that part R is the nouns which he has sent already to party A, and he has received the same thing. So that is one way of authentication.